Danny from PICO here, back with another deep dive into our MicroWar series. In this video, we'll be covering platform services. Now, these services are provided to you by PICO because we think these are some of the easiest ways for you to connect your users together, something like real-time communication, matchmaking and room service, achievements and leaderboards. All these things are actually an example for you that we've done in MicroWar. So let's take a look. In this project, we're covering platform service overview, initialization and the user info, rooms and matchmaking, real-time communication, achievements, and leaderboards. The requirements for MicroWar is PICOOS 5.9, Unity Integration 2.5, XR Toolkit 2.4, and Unity 2021.3 and XR Hands. Head on over to our document page, and you can find this, the link right above. And this is our Unity documentation. And inside the platform service on the left side here, it gives you a brief overview of what platform service is, what it can kind of handle. And accounts friends is one of the services. RTC is a real-time chat communication, rooms and matching, leaderboards, achievements, just various ways you can increase your engagement and the social aspects of your game. And you have things like in-app purchases, DLCs when you want to expand your game, subscriptions. Subscriptions are things for, let's say you have a monthly subscription for like a yoga application and you can have users do that. Inside MicroWar, we have Count of Friends, RTC as one of them, and rooms and matchmaking, leaderboards and achievements are the ones inside MicroWar currently. Head over to our initialization page here. We have some code examples in our documentation. To get started, you need to initialize core service.initialize. You can do this synchronously or asynchronously. We do recommend asynchronous initialization. It really depends on your project. Once you're able to do that, you're able to grab the user's information and then grab the user's display name, grab the user friends list. But if you wanted to use rooms, map matching, leaderboard achievements, you actually have to do core service.game initialize. You have to initialize the game service as well. And I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like inside Unity. Let's go on over to the boot scene. And inside the boot scene, we have something called boot. And this is our boot manager. This allows us to do a startup and make sure everything fires off correctly. Inside here, we are actually initializing the initialized platform services. So we go ahead and go to here. And init platform services, this is where we're doing our core services and initialization. And where this is inside here, platform services manager. We click down and go down, you'll get to init platform services, and this is called in boot. So we're using core service here and grabbing the app ID. You can grab the app ID from the console. So if you go back to the dev console in the bottom left corner here, the API test, go ahead and click that and grab the API ID, your app ID. And once you initialize, you're able to grab the user's information here. We're gonna take the information and store it inside Neat. And they also have the user's name, display name, and etc. And once that's done, we want to also initialize the game services. Now, game services, room and matchmaking, leaderboards, achievements. If you want those services, you need to enable them on the console, but also enable it in core services here. Once that is done, we'll send an event. Then everybody who cares about that specific event will do some kind of action. For us, it's to load into the next scene. Matchmaking, first step, make sure we start the service in our developer console, do some fast magic here. And once you create your own pool, make sure you remember the name because you're gonna need this pool name for creating the specific rooms for the room service. Head over to our main scene, and inside the UI manager, you're gonna have selection manager there. The UI panel, this controls which windows being open or closed. Then you have the multiplayer UI and leaderboard manager, and the achievement manager is also here. So multiplayer manager's UI script, that's a little bit important there, because what happens when you click the multiplayer, eventually it will lead you to the room creation menu. And here, if there's no other rooms found, you're able to click on create room. And see here, this is just another going back to the UI panel, but since the uh, multiplayer UI also takes the create button here, it'll add a listener to also, and once you add that listener, once you click on it, it'll close the panel, but also run this method here called create room. And if you click on the room controller here, this uses our room service. So this is how you set up the room. Make sure you have the max users, set up the different options for the rooms, and then we're using room service, join or create name room. And you need a specific unique username and the room name to kind of create the room. The room name needs to be kind of unique, so we always use a user ID and some kind of time, just to make it easier to always create a unique room name. Once you do that, once this succeeds, we're going to send a message, and then other services that pay attention to it, like real-time chat, will listen to this event, and then it will open up the room lobby here, and this will allow you to turn the voice on and off, allow other players to join or disconnect from here. And then when everybody's here, you can go ahead and press start. Real-time communication, of course, make sure it's enabled in our developer console. Once that's enabled, you head over to our boot menu here, play controller RTC. Here, we're able to initialize it and make sure you have the correct permissions. So publish stream, subscribe stream, you need these specific privileges. Publish stream allows you to hear, publish your audio, and subscribe stream allows you to hear other users inside the room that you're creating. And then once you create the room, you have specific events to handle. Eventually, you'll come down to on join room results callback. And this will allow you to publish to a specific room ID and it'll start the auto capture. Another method important is try join RTC room. So if you go back to create room, we'll see the room update event handler. And then after you create the room service status will be in room. So they will fire off this and it will try to run this method, try join RTC room. And let's go and take a look. And this is how we set up a room for RTC and how we're going to join the room. This is another important method. Achievements are a good way for you to gamify the progress of a player. As they do more things, they're able to unlock specific achievements. So it's kind of like a little record for them, like a little trophy. We have simple achievements, counts, and bitfield simples, or their player beats the first level, kills the last boss. Count, player collected 199 flowers, killed 100 mobs. Bitfield's a little bit more complicated here. These are things like collecting like 7 out of 10 gems will unlock a Bitfield achievement. Once you unlock the achievement, you can send a toast notification, so you can see it in the bottom corner there, and you'll see it in the notification center. And MicroWar, we actually have a notification window. Make sure you have achievements created here. So on our dev console, you can create your achievements and make sure you have the name, the API, the name of the achievement type. Is it count? Is it simple? Or is it bitfield? And the target. Once you submit your achievements, your players can brag about finding one of each magical item in your game. All this code happens in the achievement manager. So let's open that up. Go and scroll down. Want to put on a focus. Look. And unlock simple achievement is a good example of how you unlock achievements, then update achievement progress, and then updating like specific ones like updating count, updating bitfield, update count achievements there. And of course, as you do different things, like you beat the first level, beat the second level, beat bosses, it's up to you to keep count and update your achievements so you can actually unlock these at various levels. So something like this will help you keep in mind to update the progress for different levels of the achievements. So if you're making achievements, definitely don't forget this. We have our leaderboards. Make sure you have created this on your developer console. Make sure you Remember the API name, you're going to need it for writing to a specific leaderboard. Open the leaderboard manager. So our leaderboard is leaderboard MicroWar here. So make sure you have that leaderboard name, otherwise it's not going to work. Then I want to go ahead and scroll down to add score entry. This is probably the most important ones for leaderboards. When you want to add something to a leaderboard, make sure you get your entries first. And so you have the correct, you're able to grab the leaderboard. So you do get entry. Once you have the correct entry, you're able to write entry to the leaderboard there. So let's go and follow that. Once you're able to write your entry here, also you can also do load entries. Load entries helps you do like a achievement window or a leaderboard window. Platform services like leaderboard achievements, real-time communication, rooms, and matchmaking added depth to your game to help you create that immersion for your users. PICO provides this because we want to help you succeed.